If you are planning on buying a home in the Phoenix East Valley in this next coming year, Chandler, Gilbert, Queen Creek, Mesa, this actually might be one of the best opportunities that we've seen in years. Builders are offering crazy incentives right now. I actually saw one builder, they had interest rates as low as 3.99. And right now, the market mortgage rate is about 6.3. This could be saving you $600, $700, $800 a month. And then I've seen other builders where they're covering closing costs. I had one client, they actually had the builder pay to complete their backyard landscaping, including turf, pavers. So in this video, we'll cover, okay, why are builders offering these incentives? Is it too good to be true? What type of homes really qualify for these best incentives? And the third thing, how do you spot these deals? I am Courtney Strelzik. I'm actually a local real estate agent here in the East Valley, and I help people that have either recently moved to the East Valley or are relocating here. So if you are interested in working together or have any questions about moving to the Phoenix East Valley, you can email or text. Contact information is below. So why are builders offering these crazy incentives? Like, what's the catch? So a lot of these builders, they have built homes from the ground up. They're selecting all the finishes, and a lot of these are going to be, spec homes. And what happens is when they don't sell them right away, they're basically burning a hole in their pocket. Time is money, and it costs them a lot of money if they don't sell these homes quickly. Now, typically for a home, let's say like a regular resale home, when you want to sell the home quickly, you lower the price by quite a bit. But if a builder lowers the price of a home, neighborhood values will most likely go down, and this will subsequently lower the values of homes that they're trying to sell, 6 months down the road. So basically, their workaround to make sure that they're not lowering home values in this specific neighborhood is to provide incentives. And the most common incentives are rate buy downs, upgrades, and then closing costs, paying for closing costs. And we're going to talk about those. But let's break down the rate buy downs a little bit more, because this is the one where a lot of my clients, particularly the ones that were taking out a mortgage, really scored amazing deals. So let's say that someone comes in and their budget's $700,000 and they're planning on putting a 20% down payment on the home. So in today's market, their monthly payment is going to be around $3,500 a month for just the mortgage and interest. But if you get that 3.99 interest rate from one of these builders, your monthly payment's going to be $2,670. This is almost $900 less than the 6.5% interest rate. Or maybe you're okay with having a higher monthly payment, like that original monthly payment of $3,500 a month. Well, now if you have that lower interest rate, you can afford a house that's significantly more expensive, like maybe even close to $900,000. Now, if you're planning on buying this home and then moving out in a year or two, it may not necessarily be the best strategy, but if this is a home, a primary residence that you're planning on living in for a handful of years, like this is one of the best deals that we're really seeing out there in the market today. The one catch of getting these incentives and the lower interest rate, most of these builders are requiring that you use their in-house lender to get the full amount of incentives. Now, I have seen a couple builders where they'll still pay for like closing costs or, some landscaping, maybe even appliances if you use a different lender. But if you really want that rate buy down, which is really the most powerful tool that I'm seeing with new construction right now, you need to use their in-house lender. So what type of homes are you looking for to really get the best incentives or the best deal? Honestly, all types of homes. We see townhomes, single family homes. The key is to find what we call a move-in ready home. So this is where the builder has already built the home. They selected all the finishes, the floor plans, all that good stuff. But it's ready to be moved in. And, time is money. So the longer the home has been sitting or has been completed, you can usually negotiate better incentives. I actually had one client too. We found a neighborhood that was almost near completion. There was only like 4 or 5 houses left, and they wanted to close doors. They wanted to close shop and move on to their next community. And that was a house we got crazy incentives, low interest rate, closing costs, and even a part of their backyard landscaped. Now, how do you find the best deals? So one thing you want to think about and consider is just the general location of the East Valley. And there's a rule of thumb, the further southeast you go, the further out of the metro area you go, like Queen Creek, Santan Valley, those areas, it's a less competitive market. There's a lot more options for new construction. So that leads to more supply. And when there's more supply and less demand, builders are going to be more inclined to give better incentives. So those are some of the neighborhoods that I'm seeing the absolute best deals. I have seen a couple in Mesa as well, more on that southeast side of Mesa. That's actually where I saw some of the 3.99 interest rates. Now, Chandler and Gilbert, there are still some great deals there. You just don't have as many options for new construction communities. So the supply is a little bit less. The deals aren't quite as great, but I still have seen a couple neighborhoods offering really good incentives that still made it a much better deal than if you looked at a resale home in Gilbert. Now you can check Zillow or these builder websites, but sometimes they don't list all of their move-in ready homes on these sites. So it does help working with an agent to kind of comb through some of the databases they have, do some of the heavy legwork, and then present options to you. Now, if you're planning on buying new construction and you want an agent to be there to guide you through negotiating, inspections, and avoid common pitfalls that we do see with new construction, make sure your agent is there with you on the very first visit. If you actually go to these communities and register there without your agent present, you are forfeiting your right for representation. But if you do want a curated list of some of the best deals that we're seeing right now, go ahead and text me the city that you're interested in or multiple cities, and also the general price point that you're hoping to stay around, and I'll get a curated list over to you. Contact information is below. Thank you so much for your time, and don't forget to subscribe.